How you doing, Ralfy of Ralfy Customs? Time to get this Dyna of mine chopped. It's been a while since I've been doing the temperature reports. It's 2.5 degrees, nearly 3 degrees centigrade, which is like 34 degrees in bananas. So it's a fresh one. Now, regular readers will have seen me make these for our jocks Dyna that I've just done. So off camera, I've taken the liberty of machining the bits for mine at the same time. I'll put a link in so you can see how I made these bits. Put a link into the video of our jocks, but they're the component parts that I'm going to use. Yeah, I've machined a headstock, right length to take the Harley bearings, etc., and the square to round boss, because we're going to cut this off here and fuck that off, and we're going to rake it out a bit because we need to drop an inch. We've got 31 at the minute. From the bottom of the headstock to this table at the minute, it's 31 inches if I run a straight line through the centre of it. Yeah, down to ground. Well, bench. I need to add an inch because we want to drop the front of the frame an inch, so we make it 32. So we'll get that all set up as we have before. We're set on box section, and we've got cleats holding everything from moving. We've got the swing arm held at the back. Don't matter about the position of it up and down, it doesn't make any difference at all. We're not changing that. So it can't go anywhere. So basically, I hate that word. So what I'm actually going to do is cut through there, lift all that off and out of the way, put the new headstock in, increase the rake to give us that inch. I think it's probably 4 degrees. I'm going to add 4 degrees. I'll measure what this angle is. Yeah? But you've just seen it's fucking freezing in here. So, first thing I'm going to do is get that on, which is fucking too loud for filming, and make myself a brew. So the blower's on. I'm not sure how the microphone picks it up, but we're taking the edge off. We've wrapped the motor in a fire blanket, so we don't get any grinding shit on it, because it's fucking clean. It'll just clean up with a wash light. I'm not planning on painting it. And we've marked the cuts. That's not showing up very well. So we've scribed the line across this, and we've come up 8 inches from the deck and gone across there. So get a cutting disc on the job, and have that headstock and top tube and tubes off in short order. Can't get right in here with a cutting disc. There's too much throat on it. So we're going to go in with a trusty hacksaw, which is really nice. Don't you just love using your hacksaw? Not the fastest, but it's steady and true. It just get us through here in no time at all. Off camera. Right, that's gone. And probably moved a little though, which is fine. We're not too fussed at this stage. Grab this up here, look. free. Okay, so we've cleaned the stoving off and the burrs and everything on these cut edges, and we've got the headstock in. Yeah. Now I'll try and show. Hold on. See that straight edge? So we put a straight edge, project that out. Yeah, bank off that, and then we run through the middle of the headstock with a rule to where it meets this. And we wanted an inch more than before, which we've got. We had bottom of the headstock 31, it's now 32. I can't really show you because I need two hands, but I'm sure you get the fucking picture, like, you know, it's just run this through, look, through the middle of the job, excuse me, like that, line up with that top, go through the middle, line up with those holes, and we're about at 32, gets us there, look, level with the thing. So that's it, that's set. We'll tighten everything up there. We've also sanity checked the straight edge off this top tube to see where the top of it falls, and it's just below that bearing cup, which is fucking bang on, look. Just below the bearing cup. Just below the bearing cup. So we've gone from whatever the standard was, I forgot to measure, probably 30 degrees to 34 degrees. There's a little bit of rake in the yokes as well, so that front end, despite not being overly long, will look nicely kicked out, I reckon. Righto, it's over to machining. You'll be thrilled to know. We made that square to round adapter, but we only roughed it. We need to trim the top and bottom down by 5mm off each side, like, so it fits in there. And then we need to make some slugs that are going to go in there for the joints on the tubing. So it's over to milling machine that's hiding behind the welder. Right, my plan is I need 200 thou off, so we're going to go 6. We're going to try 60. It might fucking end badly, like, but we're using this face cutter. You know, 3 lots of 60, which will get us to 180, and then a final light cut at 20. Let's fucking see how this cuts. I've set it, we're ready to rock and roll. The first cut, 60 thou. We've also marked a line because we're not going all the way, like. It's just going to go up to where it goes into the square section. So we'll go just there, up to that line. Yeah. Back it out. Move it over. And send it again. And you can join me when we're near the end. So then, last cut. Now we've set that 20 thou. Take a light skim off. I'm just looking where I put your tripod, and I might whack it when I wang the handle round in a minute. Hold on. So get his 20 thou off. That'll be 5mm off this one side. Just get it up to the edge, which is coming up any minute now. So it's a mil away from the end. So I'll have it this way and this way. 8, sorry if I bumped you then. Send it again. This is after you're doing lighter cuts. That 60 thou were a bit of a fucking earth shaker, like, but it did it. So, just coming up, got the power feed off. Wind that up to that edge, which is, come on brother, which is there. Knock that off. And just clean it up, look, sorry, bumping you. Here we go. Like fucking so. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what I'll do, fuck that off out of the way. I'll have this out, deburr it, and do that whole setup again. I might hyper fucking lapse, time lapse it, so you can see it from start to finish. Might. Righto, so that's that fitted in there, and from there, we grab a tape. We can work out that we need a bit of top tube, about 14 inches long. We'll get us through to here. It's about the end of that. We don't want it going all the way down here because we need to cut a slot for the wiring, I shit you not. Yeah? The standard things have a right fucking umbilical cord. It looks like a fucking alien once you've stripped it down. Once you've spent a day taking the wiring loom out. But I'm eliminating a lot of the stuff not running the standard switchgear and idiot lights. So I don't need masses for wiring, but I need enough. And they run up the top tube on the standard bike, the backbone light, sorry. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to make a cut out here after I've finished. So I don't want this going too far through. So what I reckon is if I go and cut a bit of backbone, 14 inches long, we can dummy it in and see where we're at. Yeah, you wait here. Alright, as if by magic, fucking it's cold out there. We've got the fucking backbone. Oh, fuck me, it's a bit short. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. So that'll do nicely for that, won't it? Absolutely. Let's get straight edge. Hold on. Up a straight edge on. See where we're at. Just lift that up a bit. And everyone will be happy. I reckon that's fucking happy days. So if I go dead straight, it's maybe a little bit low. Which don't really matter. If I lift it up as much as it'll go, it's tracking up a bit, which again don't really matter. So either way, we know that'll do it. Let's move on to making the slugs now for the two front rails, and we can get those cut out rough light, and then it's on to notching and tacking. Okay, so we need stepped slugs. Look, fat end's 27.5 to go in the new tube, and the skinny end's 25mm diameter to go in the old tube, and each one of those is 50mm long, and we're going to have a 19mm hole through the middle of it. They're about 17 maybe. We'll get a couple of blanks cut off and then get on lathe. Don't forget, folks, our Fuckstock stickers are now available in our Etsy store, link in the description below. Fuckstock, you know it makes sense. So here we go, over at Tip Bandsaw. No job would be complete without a bit of fucking bandsaw action, would it? Let's get our fucking cut off. Rethink, these start to bend not long after I've cut them. So I reckon I'm going to get away with about 25mm on the slug. So they want to be 75mm, don't they? Right, with two of those cut off at 75mm, yeah, we've got one chucked up, look, we've gone back over to high speed steel. Because why fucking not? So we'll touch off on that. There we go. Take a bit of a cut. Oh, hold on. Turn my fucking direction of feet down. That would be the right thing to do, wouldn't it? And we'll have a cut. And we'll see what size that is. So steady away, look. Happy days. I could probably run that a bit faster, but I'm going to go deeper in a minute. We need 27.5. So we've got, according to my bearing here, we've got 28. How close were it? 28.09. So we'll set a digital readout. X 28.09. I might fucking speed it up one. I think that's a bit fast for the high speed steel, but let's see what happens. Oh, hold on, 27.5. Would help if I set the cut. Wouldn't it? Bear with. And we're away. So I'll send that down to the chuck. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. Look at that, it's lovely. Cutting superbly, that is. At 27.5, I reckon we could do the 25 all in one cut when we spin it round, so that's probably what we'll do. So I'll send this down to the chuck, and then we'll flip it around and we'll do a cut at the same 27.5, and that'll give us a parallel bit of material, won't it? So get this up as far as we can before we flip it, which is going to be about there. We'll break that edge and we'll start drilling actually. Shall we? No, we'll do that after. Fuck it. There is our second cut, flip round cut like 27.5. We'll send that all the way, and then we'll look at taking it down to 25 for 25mm long. So I'll get his cut and you can join me again. Alright, we have slowed it down for this next cut. So we're going to take this down to 25mm, which is there. It's a bit gnarly. When I roughed this down, it was a bit rougher than a rough cutter. Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't happy with it, so we slowed things down. We're going to send this along for 25mm, which I won't make you watch because it's just steady, isn't it? Steady away. 25mm. So with that done, we've sped everything back up to normal operating speed. And we're going to put 19mm right through it, chamfer the ends, and then prob your onto. So we'll start off with the centre drill. Get that nicely started. Going with my pilot drill. 10mm, the regular pilot drill, and just send that all the way through. Okay, nice and steady away. Right, slowed things down, and I'm hoping this 19mm behaves itself. So let's have a look. A bit like the chatterly lubber at the beginning there. With a bit of care, maybe some water, swipe this on, try not to obscure your view with it. There we go. Come on, baby. Tom. Right. Nice and steady. And we'll just take this on through. There we go, look. Run it a bit slower. That'll do. It's not the best cut, to do with the grind really, but it'll more than be more than up to the job intended, like, be fucking happy days. So I've just worked my way through this nice and steady, and then like I said, a couple of chamfers. I'll probably fucking answer. Actually, a quick chamfer, man. We want a good chamfer. Don't we? I'm planning to go out like. Just put that off, break that edge so I don't slice myself up on it. We'll spin it around and do the same with the other end. It's been gnarly, man. Where the drill punched through. Not true. Old school up. What's the chances of that? Give it a tap. That'll do. So, kind of what, good chamfer. Break that edge off. Sorted. I couldn't leave that drill like that. I couldn't leave you thinking I drilled that out like that though. We took it over to the stone and gave it a bit of a clean up. And now it's cutting a lot happier. Not perfect. I could do with dressing my coarse stone so I can give it some light, but I've been using up sharpening tips, tungsten, so it's a bit full. But yeah, a lot better. Okay, with those made, look, let me show you one. Those made, that goes in there, and then the tube goes over that, and it's going to sit about like that. So what I need to do before I start notching tube, I know people showed interest in me showing how I do it. It's not rocket science, but we sometimes make mistakes, so you might have to bear with. Test piece, that's what I call them. I'm just going to cut a bit of flat to box that in before I start welding this shit in, I reckon. And then we've got a nice solid foundation to work on. Righto. So with that little plate in place, look, we can now mock this up with the magnet, which I've done. I want it about that high, and I want it in the centre like it is. And we need to notch it. Now, I can see there's a gap there, look. Nearly 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch. So I can also see, if I push that forward, if this were made of plastic or something soft and I shoved it up, it'd contort into a U-shape, a crescent shape out of this top there. Yeah? And if I did it until that bottom touched, it'd be about 3/8 of an inch long. So I'm going to mark off on here, look, like that, if I can. It's hard to do on camera. Something along those lines, yeah? So I'll cut it back that far, and that's about that gap there. So we'll just cut it straight with a chop saw, and that'll start the crescent shape, because we're cutting tube on an angle, like you'll see. Right, first try, not bad. There's still a little bit more of a gap there than I'd like, and I can see it's touching pretty much, oh sorry, all the way around on this. So what I do, I take another cut about the thickness of the blade off that, follow that light, clean it up, and we shouldn't be too far off. Okay, so that was a little bit too much, I reckon. What I do, I take a little bit out of the very bottom, bang opposite this. I'll just take the edge off, and that should give us what we want. To be fair, that's actually fucking pretty good. I'll just nibble a little bit off there, just because I can. So, just like that, look. You see, there's a slight little dip. Look now, it's starting to form the shape of a tube, which by coincidence is what we're joining it to. And after you've done a couple of cuts, you kind of get a feel for where the tube's going to sit. So you make everything a little bit rounder. I can't try it up one-handed, so hold on. There we go. Snug as a bug in a rug, look. I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but there's a bit of a gap at the top there, which is absolutely fine. We'll just take it over to the lathe, spin it up, and clean the ends up. I'll mark. Look, top tip when you're doing notching is have a fucking pen everywhere, because you're going to need one, and it won't be where you want it when you're offering stuff up. So I know, oh sorry, looking through the camera. Focus, you fuck. Fuck it. We'll put a mark on the actual tube itself, not that one, doofus, so we can see where to clean it off when we spin it up. Right, so just want to carefully clean this up where I'm going to join it. Yeah, like so. There you go, it's nice and rain here. And then there's a line here somewhere. There. So, same again. Just around that join. As always, if you're not really familiar or comfortable doing this kind of thing, be fucking careful. Have a loose grip. Let it pull it out your hand, because this thing will fucking bite you like you wouldn't believe. Sorted. Nicely done. Nicely done. With that back in place, excuse the bad lighting, we can get a couple of tacks on, can't we? So we know it's central, we know it's where we want it this end. Tack in this corner. Yeah, move it on the other side quick. And then we'll get a couple of tacks, 4 tacks on there, and we'll tack these corners. So on there. One there. One on top. One underneath. And the 2 corners out to the side. That ain't going any fucking way, is it? Sorted. And the dingleberries, not too fussed about that. I'll just get another tack on the top there. Put a weld across the top here. And that is jolly good. Right, with that, we're onto the rails, aren't we? So we've got this one in with a slug, and we put a straight edge down here so it's smooth at the transition, and it falls right between them black marks, just there. And then we look, we eye it up to the back of the headstock, way up, and we can see that it's about that fucking angle. So that's got to go bye-byes, yeah? If that goes bye-byes, it'll fall in, and then we'll see where it's touching inside like. Right, but that cut, well, I'll get between the marks. You can see it looks a bit long, but it's got to go that way still. So we could cut all this back out and shove it over, or we can cheat a bit, look, and give it a twist. Now it's halfway there now, look. Near, well, it's closer. And just cut this back out, look. I'll show you, baby. Cut that back out, look, where I've marked it. So we'll make another cut there and go from there. And there we go. So just offer it up, mark where it touches. You can see what shape needs to come out. And like with this top one, eventually you'll find a form, you'll find the curve, and you'll see where the bit you're joining it to sits. And you'll be able to smooth that out nicely and get it to fit. Just like that. So we've had a straight edge. Sorry, down there, look, there it is. That's nice and straight. From the side, it flows through lovely. And it sits nice on the headstock there, so. Oh, there's number 2 in, exactly the same procedure. Nicely. What I'm trying to decide now is this fucking, I always put a tube in here. On jocks it's got bend in it. And I'm not sure whether to do this straight or bent, so let's have a look. We went with straight. Let me zoom out, hold on. There you go. We went with straight. I like that. So just the same procedure. We offered it up, marked along here, did a really long fucking cut, and then just nibble bits out where it sits on these tubes. Yeah. So what I'll do is whip round it with a wire brush, get the sooty marks off, give it a quick coat of anti-spatter, and off camera, you've seen me welding off, you know what I mean? I'll have a brew first actually, and then I'll run some welds round. And then it's back on its wheels, which again I won't film because it's fucking hell, I've got all the grace and poise of a panto horse when I'm using the fucking engine hoist there and swinging this about, getting the front end and back end in. That's not entertaining. Well, maybe it is entertaining. It's not entertaining for me. How's that? So, yeah, next time you see this, it should be sat on its wheels with me swearing a lot for a change. Hey, and there you have it. And that went really easy. There's fucking, I'm so pleased with how that sits. Really like the look of that. But I like a big front wheel. I like the longer forks. I like the rake, although there's no headset bearing, so it won't quite be that much rake. I like the line to the ground. Fucking happy days. What I found, I had to make a wheel spacer because these wheels were a little bit different to my old wheels. And I'm going to have to make some posh wheel spacers out of stainless steel. So that's another job on the list. But there you go. Fucking, I'm well pleased with that. There you go. Look at me. Safety third. Fucking hell. So, you see the safety blanket, the fire blanket I had wrapped around the engine? I got it held tight with some right good fucking bungee cords. When I was knocking the supports off the jig that it was sat on to drag it back to get it off the table, one of them fucking sprang off and got me on the eye. Look at that. Proper little split that is. I had to have a minute. I don't mind telling you, there were claret everywhere. Anyway, it just leaves me, I'm trying to frame that. Look, I love that. It just leaves me, as always, to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Consider giving me a sub and hit that bell button. Check out all the bump in the description below. You'll see some nice merch and some cool channels and links and all that kind of good stuff. And I will catch you on the next one. Big love, everyone.